Every day, millions of people sit in front of a mirror shouting affirmations. I am wealthy, I am enough, I am in a loving relationship. But every single day their life stays the same. Even though for a select few, it actually works. For these select few, everything falls into their lap. It's as if the universe is conspiring for them and creating the life of their dreams, presenting it in front of them. So what's the difference between these two types of people? Well, I got obsessed with finding out the answer. So I went on a journey studying the most successful people in the world, studying experts in neuroscience, human behavior, psychology, spirituality, and the laws of success. And in everything I read, from Joe Dispenza to Tony Robbins to Steve Jobs, and even in the Bible, Jesus Christ's teachings, they were all essentially talking about the same 6 concepts. And so today I'm going to share with you exactly what those are and give you action steps so that you can implement them in your life starting from today. And if you internalize this knowledge and actually take action upon the advice I give you, actually follow each and every action step that I put out, I guarantee that your life is going to be completely different in the next few weeks. Don't believe me? Just try it out and see for yourself. So in January 2021, I set out with a goal for myself to make money online. I was watching Iman Gadzhi's videos and saw the whole agency thing, SMMA, and I said, you know what? If he can do it, and if all these other people are doing it, then so can I. So that's when I took my first steps embarking into my entrepreneurship journey. And what happened is that I worked at it for a couple months and I was really excited, really just delving into it, making progress. But then all of a sudden, it's as if I completely lost the motivation that got me started. I didn't want to keep going. And I found myself sabotaging all the success that I had achieved up to that moment. It was as if no matter what I tried, I would stay in this cycle, completely sabotaging everything that I did, being unable to get back into my good habits and unable to pick the ball and move forward. And then I would go on this uprise of working 12 hours a day, being on top of my shit, going to the gym, and it would all come crumbling down again. This went on, I kid you not, for 2 whole years. Now in those 2 years, I did experience some success. I made a couple $1,000s here and there, but I never seemed to get lasting success and actually be able to stick through with it for a few months or just as a routine, make it really my identity, make it my life, build a business online and be financially free. A few months ago, I self-sabotaged once again and I was completely through with it. I was tired of this cycle of picking myself up and falling down over and over again. So I just decided to say, fuck it, I give up. For the first few weeks, I did absolutely nothing. All I did was play video games and fuck around. But I did not feel bad about it because I had made the decision to completely let go. So something interesting happened after a bit. I started to get inspiration to start doing stuff because I was bored. So I picked up the rhythm going to the gym more often because I was just bored doing nothing all day. And then I started this YouTube channel because I wanted to. And one step after the other, I started to gain this inspiration to do things, this motivation to just act and be and create without expecting a return because I already let go and gave up. I completely let go of my attachment to achieving any goal. And I realized that it was that anxious attachment, it was that obsession and that fear that led me to sabotage everything because I was afraid of the success and I was afraid of keeping on going. So now I just do whatever I feel like doing. And I'm on track to have millions of subscribers and give the world the knowledge and wisdom that I know that I have deep inside of me. I am aligned and I feel inspired and I know that I will build $1 million business doing what I love, speaking the truth and giving people what they need, helping them achieve their goals. So what happened? What changed from the anxious 19-year-old who was obsessing over getting agency clients, overwhelmed, feeling like he was not good enough, feeling like he always had to improve against all these other teenage millionaires? What changed that allowed me to now be completely flowing in life, doing what I'm inspired to do, and still on track to be a millionaire? I let go of resistance. You see, letting go is the key to overcoming negative emotion. When you let go, you open yourself up to new experiences. You shed the old and embrace the new. And you allow negative emotions to just be without judging them and without feeling like you need to fix them or escape from them. You see, this is better explained if we take a look at the scale of consciousness. So this is a scale of consciousness. In the bottom, there's grief, apathy, guilt, shame, all those negative emotions that keep us stuck, feeling completely helpless and unable to do anything with our lives. And if you look at the top of the scale, there's emotions like peace, joy, love, enlightenment, reason, and acceptance. And these are the emotions that we feel when we're on track, when we're motivated, when we're doing things that we enjoy and we love, and actually progressing in life in a way that feels aligned and sustainable. And the issue is that most people operate between pride, anger, desire, fear, and in their lowest, they operate from apathy, grief, guilt, and even shame and humiliation. Now, in order to go from one state of consciousness to the next one, you must let go of the old one. You see, the way that you're operating right now is that you're attached to this specific emotion and the specific frequency in the scale of consciousness because it feels safe, because you're used to being there, and because it's all you've known your entire life. Therefore, you create a sort of addiction to it, and it presents itself in these cycles and these repeated patterns in your life. What I used to do was escape the negative emotions, either through social media, pornography, distraction, and just completely closing myself off from the world. Or on the flip side, I would escape it by delving into my work and creating a massive, larger than life goal in order to just work 24/7 on that and not have to think about anything else. The moment that I let go of the goal, I forced myself to be present with my emotions. And I faced the state of consciousness I was in, which was shame and fear. And so I started going up. I went through apathy by playing video games all day. I went through desire and anger. I was frustrated at myself for not following through. And every time that I hit an uncomfortable emotion, I would sit with it and allow myself to feel it. The only way to overcome it is to let go. And you right now are too attached to what it is that you want to achieve. So how do we let go? First, by accepting the present situation and the current moment that you're in right now. You need to accept what your life is, period. You're on your journey and you just need to embrace it and love this aspect of your journey. And if you're afraid, if you're anxious, and you feel bad, you need to sit with it and understand that it's just another human emotion that you're here to experience. So if you keep running away from them, you are not accepting them, and therefore you will never let go of it. So the first step is to face it and accept it. The second step is to become increasingly aware of what this feels like, increasingly present with this emotion, increasingly able to not escape it and to embrace it, and just be willing to sit there and feel it without distracting yourself with social media or with other responsibilities in your life. And then finally, you need to accept that the end result is not in your hands. You can only control your actions, and you can only control how you show up, your internal world. The external world is in the hands of God or the universe or whatever you believe in. You need to accept that whatever has to come will come in due time. And right now, you just need to focus on what is going on in this moment. The action step for this video is to take out a piece of paper or your journal and to write about how you feel in this moment for 10 minutes. Write about the physical sensations, the emotions, the thoughts that come up in your brain, the tone of your feelings and your thoughts. Write it all down. Don't think about it, just write and see what comes out for 10 minutes. Now, this is gonna sound weird, but as you're writing it, imagine that you are not yourself, but you are an entity, an external person that just got plopped into your body and your consciousness and is documenting the experience of being you. So when thoughts come up, don't view them as your thoughts. View them as the thoughts of the body that you're currently inhabiting. Don't judge them. Don't attach yourself to them. If you get a thought that says, you suck, or you should kill yourself, or something horrible like that, don't start thinking, wait, why did I think that? And get all defensive about it. Just write it down and keep writing about what you're thinking and observe it and let go of it. As you write this, have a tone of genuine curiosity as to what is going on inside of you and document it. So set a timer for 10 minutes, get that piece of paper, and I'll see you here once you're done with that. Okay, so if you're watching this, it means that you paused the video and you went and wrote down exactly how you feel right now. If you didn't do this, go do that and then follow through with the next steps, as it's crucial for the rest of the video for you to have already done this. So as we said before, we need more self-awareness in order to let go. Now, how do we develop more self-awareness? Well, something interesting happened when I let go myself, when I completely disregarded all progress towards my goal. If you ask anyone who knows me, I'm not an ultra sensitive person. I'm like a man, right? So like men don't cry. Obviously I'm joking, but you get, like, I'm not someone who cries often. I found myself crying for 4 days straight when I did this. Now, I wasn't crying from the moment I woke up to the moment I went to sleep, but every single day, sometimes a couple times a day, I would cry a little bit. And sometimes I would be full on sobbing. Sometimes I would be shaking in my bed. And in other moments, I would just be laying there completely motionless and exhausted. But the entire time, I never went on social media. I just laid there or sat there and felt my emotions. When you let go and process old emotions, you give the space in your life that is needed to create new emotions. And new emotions create new experiences. So in order to have new experiences, you need to become more self-aware. It is that crucial. Now, by being self-aware, by being present, I was able to completely get all of this internal turmoil that was inside of me, take it out and feel it and let it go and process through it. I feel inspiration and I feel like I don't need to struggle and battle every single day as I'm working. And I know that you want the same. I know that you want to let go of your old patterns and your old behaviors. So you need to develop more self-awareness in order to be able to observe yourself, your emotions, your thoughts, and the way that you show up in life. So how can we become more self-aware? Meditation. It's very simple. I know what you're thinking. Some other guy on the internet talking about meditation. Well, it's not a coincidence if so many of the world's most successful people preach about meditation and practice meditation. Russell Branson, is that his name? I don't know. The guy that owns Virgin Atlantic, the old guy with the white hair, he meditates. Steve Jobs used to meditate. Tony Robbins. So many ultra successful people are avid meditators. Meditation allows you to gain the self-awareness that you need in order to let go. But not only that, it also allows you to gain the self-awareness to observe the actions that you're taking, the habits that you have in your life that are hurting you, the negative behaviors and the negative thought patterns. It's like detaching from yourself and being able to observe everything that you do from that third person perspective. Now, if you're able to identify and be conscious of your negative behaviors, that's like 90% of the battle to solving it. That's how important meditation is. That's what you don't understand. It is literally the key to solving all of your negative behaviors, all of your negative habits, your limiting beliefs. This is what is holding you back. This is why you are not where you want to be in life. It's why you're watching some bullshit manifestation video about improving your life and attracting the life you want instead of just living it. You're looking for a band-aid and I'm giving you the full solution. You need to wake up, man. You need to listen to what I'm saying and realize that meditation is going to allow you to live the life you want, to be the person you want to be. It's going to give you the tools that you need in order to achieve any goal that you have in your life, to tackle any obstacles, because you are in control of yourself and your inner world. The external world is just a reflection of your internal world. So if you are aligned fully and you are able to take a look at yourself and overcome your negative behaviors and habits, then you've already won the game. Imagine you had the ability to act in complete alignment with your goals and feel ecstatic as you do it. Imagine that every action you took was completely, perfectly aligned to the goals that you have and taking you one step closer every single day to the life that you want. Imagine that your brain was able to automatically come up with the best ideas to overcome the obstacles and to reach the goals that you want to reach, and that you had absolutely no limiting beliefs or negative stories in your mind holding you back from this, holding you back from moving forward and acting upon them. That's what meditation and everything else we're going to talk about today is going to help you do. And maybe you tried it in the past and it didn't work out for you, or you didn't know how to do it, so you gave up on it. Well, it's actually super simple. I'll show you how right now. Pay attention. Listen to the noises in this room. And look at the thoughts that are going on in your brain. Observe them and ask yourself, I wonder what my next thought will be. That right there, that space right after you asked that question is meditation. It is the space between the thoughts, and it is you connecting yourself to that space, allowing the thoughts to be instead of identifying and attaching yourself to the thoughts. Now, this might sound a little woo-woo to you, but if you really sit down and reflect upon what I just said, then you'll realize that it's the truth. You are not your thoughts. You are the awareness that sits behind the thoughts, looking at them. As long as you set aside 10 minutes every day to meditate, you'll be well on track to gaining more self-awareness in order to be able to let go of your emotions and evolve as a human. So now when I started meditating, I was using the Headspace app. They have a free version which has 10 guided meditations for 10 days. And I think this is the perfect program for anyone who wants to get started with meditation. It is what got me started when I was 14. So the action step for this section is to download the Headspace app and to do day 1 of the beginner's program. It's going to be a 10-minute meditation. You're going to pause the video and you're going to go do it right now. And only continue once you've done that. All right, hope you enjoyed that meditation. Now onto section 3, which is aligning your physical, mental, and spiritual worlds. Whoa, hold on, bro. You're getting way too woo-woo on me. I don't know what you're saying. Just listen to what I have to say. I'll explain everything, and it's a lot simpler than it sounds. You see, most people only try to align their physical world. So what they do is they maybe go to the gym, work harder, study more. They do all these actions in the physical world in order to improve their life, right? Now, the problem is that their mental and spiritual world is not aligned with the actions that they're taking. So every single day feels like a struggle. and you're working against your mental and spiritual worlds in order to act. Other people only try to align the mental realm. So they shout affirmations in the mirror saying, I'm wealthy, I'm rich, I've got a loving girlfriend or whatever. And they don't actually do anything, and they don't align themselves spiritually with anything. And nothing happens, obviously. The problem is your soul, your intuition, your true self, your spiritual world is not aligned with your mental world, your thoughts, and your actions in the physical world. And therefore, every single time that you try to do anything, it's not going to result. It's not going to give you the results that you desire. Let me give you an example of this in my life. When I completely let go of everything, and I went through that couple-week period where I gave up, I didn't care anymore, and I was just going to let go. When I started to gain back my inspiration and I wanted to start doing stuff from a place of curiosity and because I was bored, the first things I did was go to the gym more and more consistently because I love doing that. I started researching a bunch of topics that I find interesting, and eventually I got the inspiration to make these YouTube videos. What happened is that I was running a marketing agency because I heard online that that's how you make money with an online business, when instead my spiritual realm, my soul, what I truly wanted to do, and where my gifts were in creating informative, valuable videos to spiritually and mentally get enriched and grow and evolve. Because this is my passion. Human evolution, human growth is my absolute passion. And it has been for the past 10 years probably. So now I wake up every single day extremely excited to make a video like this one, research more topics, and become more of an expert in human growth, and give that to you so that you can evolve as a person. And I'm happy and I'm aligned and I feel empowered to do it. So how can you find alignment in your life? Well, the first step is to let go, like we talked about before. You need to surrender completely in the present moment and gain awareness. Surrender to the ideas that people have of you. Surrender to your limiting beliefs. Surrender to the judgment that you have on other people and that others have on you. Surrender of the expectations that your parents may have or that you may have of your life. Surrender to everything and realize that none of that is real, none of that is in your power, and the only thing that is actually truly real in this reality is what is happening right now. It's you watching this video, it's me giving you this information, it's what is happening in the room that you're in. That is all that exists. Everything else is a figment of your imagination. So you need to live in the present moment and allow yourself to be, without trying to anxiously reach a goal, without looking for the answer, the next hack, the next tip, the next video that is going to tell me how to actually change my life. You need to allow yourself to just be and stop trying to improve anything. Stop trying to change anything. Accept what is now. And then once you do that, you need to learn to follow your intuition. Now, what is your intuition? Your intuition is an energy that lives inside of you, that is constantly guiding you and telling you what you should be pursuing and where you should be going. It's different from your impulsive thoughts, because impulsive thoughts are fast, they're anxious sometimes, they don't come from a place of confidence. And they don't come from a place of truth and security. When you hear something and you think, that is true, that is it, you feel it in your bones, that is your intuition talking to you. So how do we follow our intuition? It's very, very simple. The action step for right now is that you're gonna grab a piece of paper, you're gonna put it in front of you, and you're gonna sit there for a moment. And I want you to close your eyes and ask your intuition, what should I do right now? The first thing that comes into your mind, write it down immediately. Go do it. And only come back once you did it. Okay, so you did it. Great job. Now, I want you to do this 1 to 3 times per day, every single day. And this is going to strengthen your connection to your intuition, because you're going to start trusting the way you feel in your actions more and more. For example, one day your intuition might tell you, go into that cafe or go into that restaurant as you're walking, and you just go. Sit down, have a coffee. That's where you meet your wife. This is how we start living in alignment with the universe and allowing the universe and God to be our guidance system. And we just allow that to happen to us. This might sound like a bit of a strange concept, but it is the basis from which all manifestation occurs. Because once you align yourself spiritually, emotionally, and physically, you let go of resistance, you are in the present moment, and you follow your intuition, then you're gonna start heading in the right direction effortlessly. But there is one caveat. Caveat? That sounded so pretentious. I'm not sure how you pronounce it. There is something you should be aware about, that if you don't have extreme clarity as to what it is that you want in your life, then this will not work for you. Let's try this experiment right now. I want you to look around in the room that you're in and find every single thing that is red. I'll give you a few moments to look around. And once you saw all the red things, close your eyes. Do you remember where all the red things were? Cool, I'm pretty sure you do. Now tell me anything that you saw that was blue. If you're not familiar with this room, you have absolutely no clue. You only see what you focus on. So imagine this, there's 2 different people. One of them, he lives his life day to day and just reacts, allows anything to happen, follows the path that is in front of him, and just lives life aimlessly and wondering. And maybe he chooses a career that he finds in front of him, or the opportunity that he identifies, and he just lives his life reacting. The other person has crystal clarity on exactly what he wants. He knows exactly what type of career he wants. He knows exactly what types of friends he wants around him. He knows exactly what he wants his spouse to look like, to think like, her personality. He knows exactly where he wants to live, how much money he makes, what his house is, and what his ideal day-to-day life would look like. 10 years down the line, who do you think has a better life? The person who was aimlessly wondering, or the person who was so focused on exactly what they wanted that whenever they saw an opportunity in their life that aligned with those things that he wants, he would immediately see it because he was focusing on it? Well, obviously, person number 2, obviously he'll have taken advantage of more opportunities. He'll have seen more red things in his environment that allow him to have more opportunities. And this will look like luck from the outside, but it's really just the compound of the right decisions and identifying the right paths. Becoming more aware gives you the ability to be able to shift and manifest any reality that you want in your life. But becoming extremely clear as to what it is that you want allows you to actually use this ability in order to create that life. Albert Einstein once said, "Imagination is the preview of all of life's coming attractions." And he was a pretty smart guy. Okay, so how do we become more clear? Well, it really comes down to this simple formula. What plus why plus who equals how plus when. What does this mean? When you get super fucking clear as to what it is that you want exactly in detail, in extreme excruciating detail, why you want it, and who you need to become in order to get it, and also who you want to be. Once you have complete clarity around that, then how you will get it and when you will get it will take care of itself. The what is for direction, the why gives you the motivation, and the who aligns you to the path. Now, the action step for this part of the video is for you to take a piece of paper and write down on top of it, what do I want? Then spend as long as you want writing exactly what it is that you want. But it needs to be extremely specific. It needs to be exactly where you live, what type of car you drive, the types of friends that you have, how much money you make, what type of career you have, what do you do in your day-to-day, what do your weekends look like, what does your Monday look like. Very specific. The more specific you can be, the better. Sometimes when I've done this exercise, I've written for 5 pages straight. You don't have to write that much necessarily, but just be super, super specific. Once you do that, you're gonna do the same one for why do I want this so badly? Who do I want to be? And this person is the things that you want to be, but also the things that you need to be in order to achieve the what. And then once you finish writing all of this, you're also gonna write what scenario would be absolutely terrifying for you. For example, for me, it would be being 35 years old in a job I absolutely hate, being miserable and broke, and not having accomplished anything with my life. That would be fucking terrifying. Then write down why that's terrifying to you and you don't want it. And lastly, who will I no longer tolerate being? You're gonna go write down all of these, spend a good chunk of time doing this. I'll just be sitting here on pause, waiting for you to come back. And then once you do this, we'll move on to the next step. Okay, that was a lot of writing. Now, before we move on to the next step, remember that where attention goes, energy flows. You want to have the negative version of everything that we wrote down as a reminder of what it is that you do not want, as fuel and motivation for when you need that extra push and you want to tap into anger and frustration. But where attention goes, energy flows means that if you place too much of your attention in that negative version and you put too much of your attention into the fear of that happening or the anger of maybe some of it being in your reality already, then you will keep attracting that and your energy will keep flowing into that version of reality. Don't look at it too often, just keep it as a gentle reminder. But what you really, really want to focus on is what you want, why you want it, and who you want to be version. You want to ingrain it into your subconscious. Now remember, just like my journey, your vision and what you want might change over time, and that's completely okay. Just keep rewriting your vision and the why, the what, and the who as many times as you feel like it and whenever you feel like it, okay? So now we have the awareness and we have the clarity. The last thing that we need is that force of attraction that is going to pull you into that desired reality. And the way that you attract that reality is to feel as if it already happened. The way that you feel internally will create what your reality looks like. You see, your feelings are like a magnet. So if you feel afraid all the time and scared, you're just going to start attracting in your life more people and more situations that reinforce that. This isn't just some woo-woo concept. It even works logically. If you feel ashamed of yourself and you walk around as if you can't really have eye contact with them because you just feel ashamed of yourself, then people are going to start looking at you as if something's wrong with you because you're being antisocial, you're being weirdo. So that's going to reinforce that. And it's going to appear in your life again and again. Instead, if you walk into a room with extreme confidence, you're the shit, everyone wants to be your friend, you attract people, you attract girls effortlessly, then all of a sudden, that's how people are going to treat you because that's how you're presenting yourself. So this is not only some woo-woo universe stuff. This is real cause and effect. You cannot be and feel a specific way and expect your reality to be something different. Your feelings create your thoughts, and then your thoughts create your actions. If you do not feel as the type of person who has achieved all that it is that you want to achieve, then you simply cannot create it and you can't achieve it because you don't have the tools necessary to act in that way. Your emotion is what makes your actions come to life. It is the seed of creativity. Like whenever you connect the dots and finally have that key idea that allows you to move forward in a project or in something that you're doing, or when you finally come up with the inspiration to create something new, it's emotion that creates that. It's the catalyst. Have you ever been really consistent in the gym and then you actually start feeling like you want to go again? Like you start craving going to the gym? You probably have. That feeling is exactly what I'm talking about, because if you feel excited to do something, it's going to be so much easier to do it than if you feel like it's a chore, that you feel like you can't stand it. I spent 5 hours this morning scripting this entire video, and it's already been over an hour that I've been talking to this camera. And I feel incredibly excited to share this knowledge with you because I absolutely love this and because I feel like the person who would love doing this. And it's not fake. It's not like I'm fabricating this sort of reality. I feel this way truly because I'm aligned spiritually, physically, and mentally. You see, it's so much easier to act when you're aligned. And that's what we're going to learn to do with the next action steps. What you're going to do is read the vision that we wrote down, the what, the who, and the why. And as you read it, feel what it would be like to have that reality. Feel the emotions that come up as you read that, the excitement, the empowerment, the joy. Then, once you finish reading it and you have all this emotion inside of you, close your eyes and imagine exactly what your life would look like if all of this was real, if your vision came true, and feel the emotions that come up. Feel the excitement, feel the satisfaction, the purposefulness, and the joy. And once you do that, we'll move on to the next section of this video. Okay, so how do you feel right now? I bet you're absolutely hyped to do anything to make this vision a reality. Well, now you're starting to get it. It's not just about manifesting it and attracting it into your life effortlessly and closing your eyes in your la la land. It's about priming yourself to be the type of person who achieves what you want to achieve. And as a byproduct, the universe will also sprinkle in some woo-woo magic in there and give you what appears to be luck working on your side. Now, the next step is drilling this stuff deep into your head. You see, 90% of our actions stem from subconscious thought. So we need to drill your vision and your new identity deep into your subconscious. Now, the way we're going to be doing this is through mental reprogramming. Imagine that your mind was a computer. Your mental programs are the softwares that are running on it. If you are full of viruses, if your computer has a bunch of viruses, then when you try to execute an action, it's not going to work because it's going to be slow. There's going to be a bunch of pop-ups of naked ladies or whatever happens when you have a virus. And it's just going to be a complete uphill battle. Now, instead, imagine that we went in there and removed all the viruses and actually put in a software that allows your system to run faster and to execute the specific type of action a lot better. All of a sudden, it's going to be incredibly easy to do that because you just need to click the button and then the program is going to run itself. See, your mind works exactly in the same way. And in this section, I'm going to teach you exactly how you can delve into your subconscious mind in order to prime it with all of this new ideas and this new identity that you have developed for yourself in order to reprogram it. So what you're going to do is get your vision, your who, your what, and your why, everything that you wrote down, and put it in a text-to-speech software. You know, it's those websites where you can put in text and then it'll read it back to you with the AI voice. So look up relaxing meditation music. Put on the first video that you see, and then you're going to close your eyes, lay down in your bed, and really, really relax listening to this music. As the relaxing music is playing, click play on the text-to-speech. Let the AI voice read your vision to it, lay down again, and go back into that relaxation state. Really listen to the words being spoken into your brain. Really feel them and relax into them. The reason we're doing this is because when you are in your most relaxed state, so right between going to sleep and being awake, that is the most primed state that your mind can be in to get reprogrammed. It's when your subconscious opens up and you're able to get stuff into it and reprogram the mind the most effectively. So you're gonna do this once, maybe twice a day, not necessarily every day. Some days you can skip it. Really get into that relaxation and allow yourself to feel the emotions of what the life that you want looks like and why you want it. And this is gonna start reprogramming your mind if you do it for long enough. Okay, so now you understand how to create the space in your life in order to create new experiences, how to be more present, how to be more self-aware. You understand the power of letting go and how to do that. You know how to align your mind, your spirit, and your physical realm in order to achieve what you want. You know how to create that magnetic attraction with your desired life through your feelings. And you know how to reprogram your mind so that you can tap into your subconscious and make sure that the 90% of your actions that are in the subconscious mind are aligned with your vision. Now, the last step and the most important one is that you take action. You can't create your dream life by sitting in your room and wishing it into existence. You need to use all the power that you've created through this entire process and direct it towards your goals and make them a reality. But you're probably wondering, what if I have no clue what to do? What if I don't know what concrete steps to take? You follow your intuition. You know exactly what it is that you need to do in order to take the next steps into your dream life. And if you don't, just go on Google and look it up. You want to start an online business, look up how to start an online business or how to get abs. Whatever you want in your life, the answer is in front of you. I don't really recommend that you go on Google as a first option because that can quickly turn into you just getting distracted with tons of random information that doesn't really apply to you. And there's tons of bad advice online, but you know exactly what steps you can take. Just follow your intuition and go towards it. If you're trying to start a YouTube channel, just turn on the camera and talk and publish it. You know what you need to do. So the last action step of this video is for you to write down one thing that you're gonna do once this video is over in order to start creating your dream life. And once you write that down and the video is over, you go do it. I love you, and I'll see you tomorrow with another life-changing video.